What's up, guys? Joe Steele here. I have a really unusual knife for you. You could call it kind of like a hybrid. I've been having this knife in my possession for a while, and I've just been kind of prolonging. I had a lot of things to do, and I'm finally getting to this for your video. I figured, let me get this done, because I've been wanting to kind of figure out what kind of video I'm going to make with it, but it's kind of obvious that it's a type of knife that can basically cater to two different types of audiences and cater to both audiences really well. So depending on what you're into in terms of the niche of this particular knife, and its designer is Jason Swain, and obviously we are talking about a Tops video right now. It's Tops Knives, American made. This knife here, this is the Trailhead Kukri. This particular knife, it intrigues me. It intrigued me from the first time I laid eyes on it. I saw on my friend's channel, my brother from another mother, Scared from Quiet Boys Outdoors, he had met up Jason Swain at the Blade Show, and he gave him one of these knives to play with, and I kind of just went into communication with him. He's like, hey, you want to give it a shot too? I said, sure, send it over. It gives you an aspect of this knife that became through the years one of my absolute favorite blade shapes. So let's take this for a spin. Let's talk about it a little bit, and let's see basically if this is something that you might be interested in. I think it will. All right, what's up, guys? So yes, we have a Tops video for you on the channel today. Really happy to be bringing you another Tops video. One knife, one life. That's the motto. So I have here the Trailhead Kukri. Like I said, I've had this for a little while, and I've been really intrigued by it, and I've been hesitant about putting out a video because I really wanted to put out the right type of video. But I think just coming from its purpose, more of a simpler approach than I thought it would be. Listen, like all Tops knives, they have a great carry system. You have like kind of a scout carry. You have the latches that come around. You can button it up. You can take it on and off your belt very easily. Very easy to engage with the knife. Obviously, you do have a karambit style knife. You can see that immediately. That is definitely a karambit style knife. But it's not only a karambit style knife, it is also a kukri shape. The kukri shape now turns this into a fighting style knife, something, and if you guys are good with the karambit, I am not. That's probably the best move I can give you with a karambit. But if you guys are good with using karambit for self-defense and, you know, knife trickery and all that stuff, then this will probably be the knife for you, if you like that type of karambit style knife. But if you are like me and your favorite type of geometric on a knife is a kukri, and that is definitely what it is for me. I have always been adored the kukri style geometric. I feel like there's so much use you can get out of it, and having this knife being a miniature kukri at your side whenever you need it, I mean, this is definitely the perfect trail style knife that you would want. Bushcrafting, camping, going on a hike or something like that, good for self-defense and good for basically doing the woodwork that a kukri is known to be doing. But don't forget, the Gurkhas have used the kukri style shape to be their utility knife, their self-defense knife, their offensive knife. It's their everything knife. The kukri goes down in history as being really one of the most useful blade shapes. That's why I commend Jason for kind of combining the two together, because it's not been done before. And I'll give you a little read up based on Jason's history, and I'll actually put whatever he sent to me, which is pretty damn interesting, into the description if you wanted to kind of read up on it as well. So Jason Swain is also a Tops retailer. He's a Tops retailer in his hometown of Arkansas. So he's very familiar with the Tops brand. He had approached Craig and Leo about this type of concept of this design, and what he wanted to do is, he basically said, I like the kukri style knife, but they are too big to EDC, which is true. You know, I love kukri style knives. I wish I could EDC them, but they're just big and clumsy. They're not something you could really easy to EDC. Julio Diaz and Diaz Knives made a little bitty kukri that he liked, and he wanted to get something bigger, and that kind of just implanted something in his head. He also basically just had a love for also the karambit style handle, so he thought it would be an exciting idea to combine both together, his love for the kukri style geometric and his liking for that karambit style type of knife, and combine both together. So basically what you have after that, guys, is a hybrid. A hybrid is born. This is the Trailhead Kukri, and this is a combination of a karambit style knife and a very popular and very useful kukri style blade. Now, the fit and finish is awesome. The overall length of the knife, guys, is about 9.125 inches. The blade is around 4.75 inches of a 1095 high carbon steel at 56 to 58 HRC. Cutting edge is around 4.38 inches. Thickness, it's thin. I mean, it's about 0.160 of an inch of thickness behind the edge. It's sniper gray. It's got the black canvas micarta with the beautiful red liners, which I really love. And it's only 6.4 ounces. So in terms of basically using it as a karambit style knife, okay, to do all your trickery and whatever you need to do with it, if you guys are good with that type of thing, it is a very light knife. But it's also a very light knife that you could use as just a pocket sized or a kukri that you can keep to your side and do all kukri style stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut with this thing. We're going to do some simulated cutting, some camping type of things, see how sharp it is out of the box, and let's see what this thing has and how comfortable it is to kind of use a little bit. Okay, guys, being the traditional karambit style knife, it obviously is a knife that basically you would want to use or be able to handle and be able to slice and dice and do your like self-defense thing with it. The sharpness level of this knife, I didn't expect it to be razor sharp because I've never really gotten knives from Tops that are really paper slicing sharp. I think that's for a purpose. They do that for a reason, to make the edge a little bit more robust. But I did bring it through an edge tester and it came in at like 230, 240, I think something like that. I'll put the right number at the edge of the screen here. And it falls into the category of being high-end cutlery, like new high-end cutlery edges, but it's not razor sharp. So I don't know how it's going to be in terms of slicing water bottles, but that's why I have one here to see what it's got. Yeah, I think it definitely slice water bottles. So if you kind of pull this out in a self-defense option, you have pretty good water bottle cutter. So it slices pretty good. It's sharp enough where it's basically going to slice up some water bottles when you need it. So it's a slicey knife. It's also thin behind the edge, so you know it's going to be a pretty good slicing type of knife. So it is sharp enough. I have various types of cutting materials here. You know, the normal drill, just to see basically how it slices, how it feels in the hand, and things like that. So yeah, like I said, there is a little push you need to do with these type of cutting. I know the difference. I cut this polyurethane rope all the time, and I could tell I had to push a little bit more because it doesn't have that razor sharpness, but it still has that sharpness that you would need to kind of just get by the chopping action. It's got more of a robust type of blade, robust kukri type of blade, but obviously, listen, you guys own your knives. If you want to make this sharper, which I might do, I might actually make this a little bit sharper and for my purposes, but it's sharp enough to kind of get by right now. But in terms of slicing and cutting, it's definitely a good cutting knife, especially right here. I think it's a little sharper at this edge here because that's really where you're processing wood on a kukri, and it seems like it's actually a little bit sharper there, or maybe it's just a geometric that kukris have to basically be that section there is just a very good cutting section. To continue some cutting, if you have to cut, like maybe splice some wire and stuff like that, and just, yeah, that section there, but that, yeah, I could tell it's a little bit more of a pull. So I think that this knife would really, really benefit like a really good, keen, sharp edge. Maybe I'll reprofile it one day, and then I'll do another video, but I could tell I really have to push to kind of get through these normal materials that I normally don't have problems with. See, but this is my favorite thing with a kukri, guys. This section here, this curved section here of the kukri is my favorite part of the kukri, because to do wood processing and slicing, that's what it hugs the wood. Oh, it's just amazing. I mean, even though this is not paper slicing sharp, it's still, because it's a kukri design and because you have the jimping here, it's very comfortable with the jimping here. Because it's a kukri style design, you know it's going to basically do its job. So if you kind of put an even sharper edge in this section here, this thing would kind of sail through your materials. But even in the current state that it is now, which again is not bad, it's just that I'm a freaking sharp freak because, you know, I'm coming from swords and katana and all that. I just like my knives to be sharp as my swords. But look at that. I mean, just amazing how this section of the kukri, and that's my favorite part of the kukri, is the fact that, you know, having a little portable kukri like this in your pocket is awesome. So if you want to take this trailing, hiking rather, on the trail, in the campsite, I mean, debark some stuff, process wood, kindle with it, it's just so much fun. Really, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to use a kukri in this fashion. And sometimes kukris are a little too big and heavy to kind of do this type of thing, but you're taking advantage of the size and form factor And the fact that it is still a kukri type of shape and geometric to do this type of work, and it's light, you know, it's a couple of ounces. It's a very light knife. So yeah, this was very thought out very well. And I'm glad that he kind of had the impulse to kind of combine these two together. And listen, if you don't want to use it as a karambit, you never have to. But it's nice to also have that grip there. If you don't want to, you don't need to use the ring. Ring is also good self-defense on its own. But you could just take a nice grip here, and it'll be perfectly comfortable in your hand. It's enough in purchase. I have probably about large to extra large hands in between, and I have enough purchase here. But if you want to extend your grip, you take the ring grip, and you have plenty of purchase here to be able to hold this, and you have the jimping there as well, and you have the guard that protects your hand. So very well thought out. And I didn't mention, but Tops executed this extremely well. That they took his design and they really did a nice execution on the concept. I love how this thing I love how this knife turned out. Love the look of it. I love the red liners with the gray. Beautiful. The micarta, the G10 red, just really gorgeous knife. Now, when we talk about basically the kukri, now this end of the kukri is kind of the one that's going to be the banger. Now, obviously, this is not a heavy knife. You're not doing anything crazy. But if you want to just do like simple chopping to like kind of make up grooves, and notches for like a stump, if you don't have anything to bang with it, because this is such a great geometric, you can use even a knife this size, because it's a kukri design, as a banger, as something that you can kind of pound into wood to shape the wood into whatever you want it to shape. Now you take it then from there and you just shape out the notch to your liking, and you have a whole tool right here. You have your end here that basically is it's good for impact, and this right here just to do the fine carving. And because it's small, you can definitely do it, and you have a lot of control of the knife because it's light and it's compact and it fits really good in your hand. So yeah, win-win, completely a win-win situation with this knife. I like it. Yeah, definitely a very useful knife. Good construction, and it feels good in the hand. So far, it's been pretty comfortable kind of doing whatever I'm doing with it. And because you have that type of grip in terms of penetration, it is going to be a great knife that you can kind of penetrate. Your hand is going to be very secure, and you can definitely do that. Let me touch the tip a little bit. I never really had an issue with Tops tips or steel or heat tempering for the most part, other than the fact that I wish they were sharp, but that's another story. And I think, again, that's purposely done. But the point is pretty reinforced on this, where it's not going to have a problem. That's why I'm doing this. Obviously, listen, if I wanted to break the point, I could. But just to do normal stuff with it, it's a nice, handy little knife. Make up a little bow drill. Yeah, on this knife. It looks like a nice little reinforced tip. Also, you have the pot handle holder. You could hold pots with this, and you have enough balance basically the way you hold this that you can definitely hold up a pot. If you have a pot basically heating up on the fire, you can definitely lift it up with this and put it down, which is cool. Very well thought out, and the jimping is thought out. It's just nice. I like how this works, and I just love doing like woodwork and camping with a kukri style knife. So guys, there's a couple of other tests that I think I'm going to skip until I maybe sharpen up this edge a little bit to see basically having more of a razor sharp edge if this can be even more capable. But really, as it is right now, getting this from Tops as it is, I think it's a great knife. It seems like it is built really well. It's a very solid knife. Tops knives are all very solid. The 1095 is spot on. The heat treatment is pretty good. I haven't had a problem myself personally with any chipping or anything like that. I've had the El Chete, I've had a couple of big choppers, and I really went to town with them and they were good. And I don't doubt that this is going to be any different. It's a light knife, but it's a little hard hitter, and it's a little portable kukri. I think that Jason and Tops, they filled a niche in the market that wasn't there before. For the people who really love the kukri style knife, but they're too big to EDC, you kind of just stick this right at your side, scout carry, beautiful, and when you need it, it's there. So as far as a camping knife, even just put this at the side of your bag with the button latches, it's freaking perfect. And if you guys like your karambits and you guys collect karambit style knives and you like the usability and you know, to play with these karambit style knives, I think it's a great addition that you could add to your lineup of karambit style knives as well. So that's what I'm saying. It fills a niche and it bridges the market together between two different parties, and I think they did a great job. Tops, awesome job, awesome construction, great fit and finish. And Jason Swain, thank you for sending this my way. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to enjoy continuing to use it. None of my videos are one and done, guys. I revisit my videos all the time. I'll revisit this basically also to do some reprofiling and to see how much better I can make this edge and how much more capable I can make this knife. But as is, guys, Tops, you did a great job. Jason did a great job. And thank you for joining me for another Tops video. One of my favorite American companies. Craig, Leo, thanks for everything. You guys are awesome. I'm looking forward to having you guys on Blade Talk again soon. And that's it, guys. This is the Trailhead Kukri, Jason Swain, designer. Excellent dude. He's going to be on Blade Talk at one point as well. And Tops did a great job and hit this out of the park. Joe Steele out. Enjoy the rest of the day. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well, and please be good to each other.